Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. My mom got diagnosed with breast cancer roughly 2 months ago, and it's been rough for everyone. She's been struggling with a lot of stuff, mentally, and it's been hard for all of us as well. But the past day has been the happiest I've seen her by far, in all of us. One of my family members started a GoFundMe and put a limit of $10,000, and in one day, she's already had $6,430 donated to her in one day. I can't think of many people in the world that could start a GoFundMe with that limit, that amount, and get it that quick. That's the type of woman my mom is. Now, I genuinely do not think you guys understand how big of an impact you're making on our family. Look at some of these comments. It's your mom, love you, brother. Someone talking about my mom. I needed help too one time and the stackers had my back. You guys are actually donating money to my mom to help pay for her hospital bills and stuff. It blows my mind that you guys are that generous. I can't say thank you enough. She's been looking at this constantly, smiling, reading the comments. I've been getting so many comments on Reddit and been screenshotting them and telling her, and it's just the most beautiful thing, the most positive thing that's happened since, and this is uplifting her dramatically. Because when you make a GoFundMe, you're like, is anyone going to donate? But getting that much money, it proves it. And I was texting her last night saying, Mom, $6,430 in less than 24 hours? That's literally showing you how valuable you are to others. It's just a beautiful thing. So, link will be in the description and the pinned comment. Let's get her to $10,000. Even if you donate $1, it's not about the dollar. It's the fact that you're willing to go out of your way to show support. And that's worth more than $1 to me and to her. So anyways, let's get to the video. So I have a question. I want each and every one of you to comment this down below. And it's very important to answer this question and be prepared. Will you ever quit buying silver? Let me know. And if you say yes, what price are you willing to throw in the towel? What price are you like, you know what? I'm done. I'm ready. And what's the time frame? Each one of you is going to respond very individually. There is no wrong or right answer. And that's one of the beautiful things about silver stacking. It's so individualized because each of us have different financial situations, have different time frames of selling, are different ages. Like I'm 28, so I still have decades before I'm ready to retire. Some people might be ready to retire in a couple of years. So it depends upon a lot of things. I want you guys to answer this question or think about this because it could happen a lot sooner or a lot later than expected. And if you're caught off guard, that's when you make irrational decision making. That's when panic selling comes in. You always have to be prepared. Any investor, successful investor, is prepared for every situation. If you're not preparing, then you're setting yourself up for failure. Before I even buy that coin on AppMex, I'm thinking about how I can sell that coin. I'm always 2 steps ahead. Before I even click buy, I'm thinking, okay, before I buy this, is this going to be a coin that will easily sell on eBay? And I'm thinking all this stuff, playing it through, and that helps me become successful, not make bad purchases, but also be prepared. And this is a tricky question because it also depends upon a lot of other factors. How much silver have you accumulated before that price, that price target? Let's say you're going to throw in the towel at $100. But what if silver hits $100 next year and you haven't accumulated the amount of silver that you want to really make that profit, to live financially free? It depends. Because someone else might have already been stacking for decades. So $100 to them, they're chilling. They're set for life. And some of us might not think about that type of stuff. I can guarantee that if you throw in the towel at $50, you're going to be wishing you didn't. $50 for an ounce of silver is a steal. That's so cheap. And if you think that's pricey, you're looking at it from the wrong way and you don't understand silver's true value. Remember back in the day, you'll hear your parents or your grandparents say, oh, gas used to be 25 cents. A pack of cigarettes used to be a quarter. Remember that? Well, that's because back then the dollar was a lot stronger. Nowadays it costs more money because the dollar's weaker, meaning in return they have to print more dollars off, meaning that you have to spend more dollars in return. So if you're saying that a pack of cigarettes today is $11, in a decade, it'll probably be $25, $30. But that same principle applies to everything else as well. What about silver? So if you're saying that $50 silver is pricey, then you're looking at it from a frozen perspective. And we have to think about the timeless perspective because silver is timeless. It's been valuable, seen as money for 5,000 years, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason that people way back then saw silver's value. Before they even knew why it was so valuable, they saw it as value. That's insane to think about. And it will be like that for the next 5,000 years. It will always be. Nothing can replace silver. Yes, copper has high electrical conductivity, but not as efficient as silver. It is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity, electricity, and even light sensitivity. Nothing can outperform silver. Now, we got to take this question a step further. You guys know me. I like to break things down, look at both sides of the coin, pun intended, and really just get a feel of this question's entirety. Now, if you're willing to throw in the towel at a certain price and you got your time frame down, then you're in the right direction. But do you know which coins you're going to sell first? Do you have an emergency silver stack, silver supply? Do you know where you're going to be selling these coins to? Are you going to be going to your local coin shop, dumping all the silver on the table and cashing out like that one episode of Pawn Stars? Because let me tell you, if you have high premium silver, you're not going to be able to do that if you're trying to at least break even. Because he's not going to give you any type of premium back that you paid for or that you could get. If you list those coins on eBay, you will be able to get it back because you're selling straight to the customer, cutting out the middleman. Plus, local coin shops, they don't care about how fancy or pretty the coin looks. They don't care about that stuff. They're investing for the 1 ounce inside of that coin, not how collectible it is. But there are collectors on eBay. Think about it. You're paying from one person's perspective versus the entire world's. I think there's a slight better chance that someone around the entire world is willing to pay a higher price than just hoping for one person, right? I think the odds are in your favor. That's important. And if you didn't think about that, it's okay. Maybe you should start stacking generics. If you are someone that wants a very liquid stack, then start buying generic rounds or bars and just hold them and then use the higher premium stuff that you already have to protect yourself from spot price. Because if spot price stays the same for 20 years, then your stack hasn't appreciated at all because it is pegged to spot price. Nowadays, American Eagles are gaining premiums. That's because silver's scarce, which is an interesting, topic in itself. Plus, not only is silver scarce, but the U.S. Mint is having a hard time finding enough silver to produce their Eagles in the Type 2, so there's going to be lower numbers. So, times are changing, and the same information or advice I would have gave you last year is different than this year because now silver is scarce, because there's $10, $15 premiums on American Eagles. That's never happened before. Why adjusting and adapting is so important. You can't just figure out silver stacking back in 1980 and hold that same advice, that same mentality, that same thought, that same knowledge for the rest of your life and think you're going to continue your success at the same rate. The markets are ever changing, and that's why you got to watch daily videos, because I'm always going to be updating you, and we're going to be adapting to the times. And trust me, times are crazy. Now more than ever, we have to be informed on a daily basis. You cannot be blindly investing. You just can't. What about big business? Do you think they have a price that they're going to just say, you know what, let's stop buying silver? Nope. Producers turn into the consumers, and the consumers turn into the producers. If you want the newest, latest iPhone, you better hope they're willing to pay any price for silver. If you want to be able to drive a car anytime in the rest of your life, you better hope they're willing to buy some silver. Every electric vehicle or every automobile company is going electric by 2030. Every single one. I actually was recording a video in my car the other day, just had it on the dash, and I was just talking about silver. I had a little bit of trouble with this guy having road rage on my tail, so we started basically chasing each other, going 100 down the highway, brake checking me. Fun video, great video. A cop is then right in front of us, so we both slam on our brakes. I'm sitting there praying, please don't pull out, please don't pull out, like on film while I'm talking about silver. It's a great video. But anyways, the point is that right before I made that video, Volvo, there's like an advertisement for Volvo, and they're saying that they're going electric this year. They want to preserve the environment, and they're going electric. That's just one of the many car companies that's going to be releasing that type of statement in the next couple of years. Probably 75%. Because it looks good for them. They'll get more sales since they're doing this. Oh, we're going to protect the environment. We're going to, global warming type of stuff. That's going to boost sales more than ever. If you're still buying, or if you're still selling gas cars, you're going to be looked down upon from everyone that believes in global warming. Silver is used heavily in electric vehicles. Elon Musk, he better be buying a lot of silver right now, because if he's not, he's going to be, his cost of production for Tesla is going to be way up. And SpaceX, because silver is used in space equipment. So that's a whole different topic. Is Elon Musk secretly stacking silver right now while it's cheap? But the point is that they're willing to pay any price because they have to. And they can afford that. Think about gold. Gold is 68 times more valuable. Gold is still in electronics, nowhere near the rate of silver, but it's in there. Silver is so cheap compared to how efficient it is, compared to how vital it is. It's a steal. And even $100, it's a steal. It's a steal. I try to make these types of videos to allow you guys to see from different perspectives, reflect upon your own stack, your own strategy, see if you need to adjust and adapt, and just be real. A lot of people get distracted. It's very easy to get distracted in today's day and age with so many different types of coins, so much information coming out. Our stress levels are a little off because things are so crazy right now. There's a very psychological approach to investing people don't really think about. Your mental state, your mood is all heavily influenced in your silver stack. If you're someone that's very panicky and worries a lot and thinks the worst and is overanalyzing stuff, you're not going to be a very successful investor, because that's affecting the decisions you make, which in return affects how much money you make, the coins you buy if you sell too early. I don't think people realize that. So you got to be cool, calm, and collect. You got to think positive. You got to think with your head, not your heart. Step outside of yourself. And it's easier said than done, right? But anyways, let me know, when will you, if you will, quit buying silver, and what that looks like for you. I'll tell you what I think about myself. It's a little 50-50. Because I am willing to pay $100 for an ounce of silver. But it does depend when silver will be $100. Because I'm expecting it to be $500 by the time I'm selling in 20 years plus. Probably a lot more than that, but I'll just put that number just, to not disappoint myself too much or have too high of expectations. Because yes, silver is worth $500 an ounce. You can argue all day you want about that and call me a silver pumper, but I'm saying it's not going to happen for 20 years, so you really can't say that. But anyways, let's say I throw in the towel in 10 years because silver is $500, happened earlier, and I'm getting older. I'm 38 by then, and I'm just ready to retire. I'm still going to be buying coins that I like. I'm not going to be selling all my silver. I'm going to be passing this down to my daughter, to my grandkids as well. Yes, I might sell a little off the top, 10, 15, 20%, to be able to move to a different country or whatever. But a lot of that silver isn't getting sold. And I made a poll a couple of months ago, and most of you guys said you're not selling either. You're passing it down. That's a beautiful thing. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I got a lot of other stuff to make. My mom's GoFundMe link is in the description and the pinned comment if you want to donate. It'd be very helpful. It helps her a lot as well. If you just want to make someone's day and do a good deed that will make you feel good as well, the link's in the description. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.